Have you ever felt like you don't belong in this world? As if your presence unsettles certain people for no apparent reason? Or maybe you've noticed that in some way, God has been communicating with you through mysterious signs, as if something greater is guiding your steps. This is not a coincidence. There are signs that appear only in a special group of people, those chosen by God for a divine purpose. They carry invisible marks that set them apart from the rest of the world. And the most amazing part? You might be one of them. Stay with me until the end, because the 7 invisible marks I'm about to reveal could completely change how you see yourself. The last mark is the key that may confirm whether you have truly been set apart for a greater purpose. Since ancient times, God has been setting people apart for a divine mission. When we look at biblical figures such as Moses, David, and the disciples of Jesus, we see that these people were not special simply because of their skills or intelligence. They carried something much deeper, a divine calling that made them unique. The Apostle Paul wrote in Ephesians 1:4 NIV, "For he chose us in him before the creation of the world to be holy and blameless in his sight." This means that even before we were born, God had already planned our lives. He sets us apart, not because of anything we have done, but because he has a specific purpose for each of us. This calling is not something we can seek or force. It is given by God and manifests in ways that only the chosen ones can truly understand. And that is exactly what we are going to explore today, the 7 invisible marks that God places on the lives of those he has called for his purpose. These marks are not visible to the world, but those with spiritual eyes can recognize them. Now let's uncover the 7 invisible marks that distinguish God's chosen ones. Each mark reflects God's purpose at work. 1. The wrong people distance themselves from you. One of the first marks of the chosen ones is that without doing anything, you may notice that certain people distance themselves from you. Toxic, manipulative, or even envious individuals seem to feel uncomfortable in your presence. This does not happen by chance. It is a reflection of the inner light you carry, a pure energy that exposes falsehood and evil around you. But why does this happen? Because your presence is a spiritual alarm to those who live in darkness. Just like Jesus said in John 3:19-20 NIV, "Light has come into the world, but people loved darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil." If you feel that people avoid you for no apparent reason, it may be because your soul carries a divine glow that unsettles those who do not walk in truth. 2. You sense things before they happen. The second mark of the chosen ones is a deep awareness of things before they take place. It's not just intuition, it's a spiritual discernment that guides your decisions. Just like Joseph in the Old Testament, who interpreted dreams and received visions from God, you may have dreams and a sensitivity that prepares you for what is coming. This sense of awareness is not mere coincidence. It is God equipping you with wisdom to navigate life. Sometimes you may feel an unexplainable urgency to pray, a strong gut feeling to avoid a situation, or even see glimpses of the future in dreams. God speaks to his chosen ones in ways that others may never understand. 3. Spiritual attacks and unjust persecution. Another clear mark of the chosen ones is persecution. Often, for no apparent reason, there will be people who try to attack you unfairly. Jesus said in John 15:18-19 NIV, "If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first." These attacks are a confirmation that you are on the right path, reflecting the rejection that Christ himself experienced. The enemy does not waste time attacking those who pose no threat to his kingdom. If you have faced relentless opposition, false accusations, or obstacles that seem to appear out of nowhere, it may be because the enemy knows your divine purpose. Take heart opposition is often proof that you are doing something powerful for God. 4. a feeling of not belonging to this world. Many of the chosen ones go through life feeling like they don't belong anywhere, as if the world doesn't understand their choices or perspective. From an early age, your way of seeing life is different. You seek depth where others chase superficiality. This feeling of not belonging is actually a mark of your true heavenly citizenship. This is because your spirit is already connected to eternity. Philippians 3:20 NIV reminds us, "But our citizenship is in heaven." If you have always felt like an outsider, longing for something greater than what this world offers, it is because your soul recognizes its true home with God. 5. Children and animals are drawn to you. One fascinating mark of the chosen ones is the way children and animals are naturally drawn to them. While some adults may distance themselves, the pure-hearted seem to feel a sense of peace when near you. This happens because your energy is pure, and only the most innocent souls can recognize this light. Jesus said in Matthew 19:14 NIV, "Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." If children and animals show you unusual affection, it may be a sign that your spirit radiates a peace that is felt beyond words. 6. God speaks to you through dreams and signs. God speaks to the chosen ones in unique ways, through dreams, visions, and signs that others fail to notice. Many times you receive divine answers or find patterns in your daily life that serve as direction. These signs are not coincidences, but God's messages guiding your steps. The Bible tells us that God revealed hidden mysteries to Daniel through dreams. Daniel 2:22 NIV, "He reveals deep and hidden things. He knows what lies in darkness, and light dwells with him." If you frequently receive messages in your sleep or feel that certain numbers, phrases, or circumstances align perfectly in your life, pay attention. God may be speaking to you. 7. When you pray, things happen. The prayers of the chosen ones have power. When they pray with faith, things shift around them. Their prayers are not just words, but a deep connection with heaven that transforms circumstances and brings divine answers. James 5:16 NIV says, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." When a chosen one prays, doors open, chains break, and miracles happen. Your prayers do not go unnoticed, and heaven responds when you seek God with a sincere heart. If you have seen remarkable changes after praying, it is because your words hold authority in the spiritual realm. You were chosen for a purpose. If this message has touched your heart, perhaps God is confirming that you are one of His chosen ones. But recognizing this truth is just the first step. God does not choose us without a purpose. He calls us to be light, to spread His message, and to live according to His will. If you identify with any of these marks, write in the comments, "I am chosen by God." Let us follow the example of Mary in our journey of faith, always seeking trust and strength in the Lord. If this message has touched your heart, share it with someone special and help spread this reflection. Faith grows stronger when it is shared. May God bless your journey, and may these marks become clearer in your life each day, strengthening your faith and your divine purpose in Christ.